going on, everybody? Welcome back to Total Disclosure by Pop Culture Corner, UFOs, cover-ups, and conspiracy. I don't have my camera today. Something's going on with this camera lately. I don't get it. For anyone who doesn't know how webcams work, new webcams, they use USB-C, but my Mac does not have a USB-C port, so I have to use an adapter, and I think it's the adapter that keeps causing the issues. But so I'm gonna order a couple new ones. They're like $4 on Amazon. Maybe that's why they don't work, because I order $4 fucking Amazon adapters. I don't know. But again, I just want to thank everyone for being so accepting of this other show, and allowing me to get its roots, and build its roots and get it off the ground. Today I'm joined by, again, Lil Pop Tart.
What's up?
Um, yeah, today we're gonna be talking about something that could, in fact, and most likely will happen during our lifetime, and we're gonna have to set our children up for it. Disclosure, like legitimate capital D disclosure, not because there are some ufologists who think that we're going through a process of disclosure right now. I think, yes,
For
that's
sure.
true. I think it's 100% true, but I'm talking about, end game, final card kind of capital D disclosure. President comes out,
Right.
acknowledges it. How far do you think we're off from that?
I think that you are right. We have been going through disclosure at least the past 2 years, because that's whenever I found out about it, and I consider myself. I live in the middle of Missouri, so I'm pretty just typical American guy. You know what I'm
Right,
saying?
right.
Like, and it took the government telling me for me to believe it and to do research. So that was pretty disclosure to me. They left it for us to figure out what exactly they are, but it only took me, two documentaries to figure out, oh, they're extraterrestrials, many of them. So that was a big, you know, I know Stephen Greer did the Disclosure Project back then. It just didn't get that much attention. But you're
Well,
right as far as
9/11 happened 2 months, 3 months later, and
see. I was wondering when 9/11 was compared to that,
yeah, it
how close it
happened.
was.
It happened literally, like, you know,
That's
because
fucked
because
up.
I do agree that the 2001 Disclosure Project National Press Club thing, that was unprecedented,
And
and
I'm pretty sure I saw that as a kid too, is what's crazy, bro. Or I saw something similar as a kid.
yeah,
I remember
I don't doubt it.
the Prime Minister of Canada made the announcement that extraterrestrials were real.
Oh,
That
that the
America,
United
that
States had,
yeah,
yeah,
America's government has though, and he's like, I hope that the president of the United States, says this too. And then like everybody was clapping. I saw it watching on like live TV on C-SPAN, but I was like, what the hell? That's crazy. But I really didn't believe that. I was a kid and I didn't think anything of it.
yeah. It's hard to get your mind around. And honestly, I hate to tell people this, but you know when when you do figure it out for yourself, everybody goes through this little process of what you could call an awakening, right?
Yeah,
And it's a little bit scary. It's a little bit scary because you just don't know, but there's other people who've been in this for a long time, and if you ever need anything to or anyone to talk to about it, because I get it, dude. There were nights where I couldn't sleep just because you start thinking about it, how small we are and how insignificant our lives seem in the grand plan. Um,
right.
I assure you that that's probably not the case.
Yeah, I think that we are important, bro. I think that how intelligent we are is a big, I think that we don't give ourselves enough credit. People and scientists are always saying that we would be like ants compared to aliens, and
Yeah,
that
I
they
don't
wouldn't
like
even
that.
mess with us. That's such a stupid analogy. They always put in stupid analogies like
Ants
that, bro.
don't own planets.
Yeah,
We own this planet theoretically.
we have nuclear weapons. You know what I'm saying? Like that, at the least,
Like
concern them.
Rogan calls us apes. He calls us the apes with the third
Rogan
world.
is a good guy, but he is still kind of very primate like, bro. And you can tell his brain reflects that, bro. He's just muscle man, like that's how he is. He's experimented with psychedelics, so he has more of an open mind, but he's still
Yes.
such a closed minded person, and that's how the primate, ape-like, monkey-like mentality
He
is,
likes
and that's what we have
fighting
to get
and
past. Yeah,
yeah, he likes
that's the most primate.
MMA and
That's the
yeah,
most prime. That's the most our most like natural, like you know, our natural instinct or whatever.
right, right.
Like for
Um,
monkeys,
so
he's a big fucking ape.
Toasty Paw says, just out of curiosity, what happened to Pop Culture Corner and the comic stuff? Um, it did not go away. That's why I renamed everything Total Disclosure by Pop Culture Corner, because I'm still gonna do the comic book stuff, but not as much. I just find money's not an issue for me. And I find myself not wanting
Yeah,
to
that's how I
do
was with clothes, bro. I was like, damn, bro, this is more. I tell people I'm a designer, I'm a creative director. They're like, oh, cool. Even celebrities see a million designers and shit. But you talk about you're a ufologist and you make contact or whatever, that gets anybody fucking interested, bro. This is the most interesting subject there is. I
yeah,
mean,
as far as I'm concerned, this is the biggest story and no
human
one's
history
fucking talking about it.
in
And
human history,
I refuse to keep fucking talking about fake fairy tale creatures
right?
over this legitimate thing. Like this legitimate, something that could literally turn our world into a Marvel fucking cinematic universe, right?
And
Like,
that's one thing I like about Lou Elizondo. The word that he uses is paradigm shifting a lot. It is a paradigm shifting moment. I don't agree with Lou on most issues, but it is a paradigm shifting moment, bro. And it's reality changing. It is like a Marvel movie, bro. Because I never thought that we lived in a universe where any aliens or extraterrestrials exist at all. I thought we were
right.
alone. I thought we were alone. I really did.
So I'm gonna continue to do stuff like, I told everyone that I was gonna take this month and like get this show off the ground, and then I'm gonna do, one pop culture show a week, one UFO show a week, and kind of do it like that, bounce off of each other, because the two do coincide multiple times a year when a documentary comes out on UFOs. But that's the best of both worlds scenario for me.
Yeah.
And it's about to happen in October, with James Fox's new documentary, Moment of Contact. I can't wait. I can't wait for
Yeah.
that documentary.
And bro, in the future, you're already, just by making a YouTube show about it, you're already fusing both what you already did with Pop Culture Corner, making a YouTube channel about it, and you're fusing them both together. And that's what I kind of did with the clothes. I started making alien clothes. You figure out what you mix it together and stuff.
Yeah. My passion for UFOs, in not even UFOs, because I hate labeling it as UFOs, but my
Yeah.
passion for the otherworldly is
Yeah.
it's unbridled. It's
Yeah.
unrivaled to anything
Yeah.
else on this planet. And yeah, I love movies and TV. I love my superhero shit. I love film. I love it.
I can see you making movies and stuff about it, bro, in the future. Not even a documentary, but like full on sci-fi movies. You could, you know what I'm saying? I've always wanted to do that stuff too. You know what I'm saying? Like I'll be an actor
Yeah.
in it, shit, whatever you want me to do. We can make a movie, bro, about like a peaceful disclosure, like what could really happen in a positive way, instead of like,
Well,
oh, what's
yeah.
the worst case scenario? What's the best case scenario?
Yeah.
We want the
What is
best
the best
case.
case
We don't want the
scenario?
worst case scenario to where we all fucking die, or the best cases we have to go to war with aliens. That's not good at all. None of
So
those is.
Benson's I love. Benson's. So I met Toasty Paws. I met him at a convention when I was
Yeah.
doing I did a booth. I met him there. He came up to the booth. Benson's owns a comic book shop. I'm glad to see you guys. Sam came over. A lot of the regular audience from the other show is making their way over to this show as well.
That's dope.
And that's good to see that there's like there's a
Emerge.
commonality to it, right?
Yeah.
Because this is real life, guys. Like
It can
this
affect
is
anybody,
real
bro.
fucking life.
It's something that should affect everybody. You know what I'm saying? Every single person will be affected by it one way or another, whether they realize it or not. And that's why
Yeah.
Greer says
And I hate
99.9% people want disclosure, even if they don't know that they do.
Yeah, and I hate to admit it, some of you are going to be blindsided, and you're going to wake up one day and you're going to regret that you are ill-informed or not as educated, because you're going to have to play catch up. And trust me, by then there's going to be so much mud in the water and fucking disinformation that it's going to be hard to do that. So I mean, that's why we're here to help you wade through that.
To simplify it, bro. I try to make everything as simple as possible. You know what I mean? I don't even consider myself that fucking smart of a person. Like, I was not good at math. I'm not good at a lot of things, but I know what I am good at. You know what I'm saying? And I try to, expand on that.
So Benson's doesn't think that aliens are visiting Earth, and no one, nobody said aliens. I don't like to label these beings as aliens. I know Pop Tart does, because of his own experiences.
Yeah, Greer doesn't like to label them as aliens. He says it's a racist term. I still like the word. I think it's a cool word.
Yeah, well, I'm talking about. I don't even like ETs. Right?
Oh, okay.
Because we don't know. The whole thing is, well,
But the James Fox movies alone, bro. James Fox has made CE3 movies about beings. You know what I'm saying? It's not unoccupied drones. These are
right,
beings and reports of them. And,
I want to know what they call themselves.
For someone else to not believe, bro, I get it. You know what I'm saying? I was the same way. I didn't believe 2.5 years ago. So I don't blame him at all. But the thing is that he's sadly wrong. And it's just that simple. It's not like it's an opinion, bro. It's not an opinion. The subject.
Do you think
it's not.
They're like? Do you think that they're hiding among us though?
Yeah, they're here.
Style?
They're here. They're here. They're doing different jobs. Some of them are biologists. Some of them are, getting samples for soil. Some of them are getting this and that. Some of them are, doing CE5, and they're all doing different jobs, and they're all, here to help though.
I see. That's
different
where
ways.
That's where I get lost on it. I'll be honest. That's where I get lost on it because, as far as craft in the sky go, for the most part, that's like nuts and bolts. Evident. I can see that. As far as anything else goes, landings are like that's the next step. And
they have to land sometimes. They have to land somewhere. So it's like, and something has to be in them.
Yeah, and I agree. Well,
we can't expect humans to be in every UFO. Like, not every UFO is going to be man-made.
Wouldn't it be crazy if we went out into the universe, right? Say we tomorrow we develop technology and all of a sudden we could traverse through time and space, right?
Yeah.
And we went out into the galaxy and we found humans everywhere. And
I'm sure we are, bro. I'm sure we are spread out.
Then that whole seeding thing, that starts to make sense.
Yeah, I mean, it all makes so much more sense, bro. Life makes so much more sense after getting a grip on the subject. It took me a long time, bro. I'm just now, and I think that's why I haven't had contact this whole year, is because I needed to reflect on the contact I had, bro, because it was so, profound that you have to wrap your brain around it, and it's like a debrief for every day, bro. You wake up every day, it's like, did that really happen? And yeah, and I have video proof of many of them, and I want to play some of the videos hopefully next episode, and we can talk about while we play them on here, and I can explain them.
Yeah, and CE5 is still something I'm skeptical about. In its entirety, I'm skeptical about it. I don't doubt it. That moment, if contact's made, that moment is probably so surreal. But you want to know, I want to talk about a scenario. I want to talk about a few scenarios today. The first being the obvious one, right? Now, tomorrow morning we wake up, it's a regular Thursday. Wait, today's Wednesday, right?
Wednesday, I think.
Yeah, today's Wednesday. So we wake up tomorrow on Thursday. It's a beautiful morning, and the president is scheduled a conference or a surprise conference, on the White House lawn. And in said press conference, while you're having your morning coffee and smoking your first cigarette or sitting on the toilet with your phone watching it, he says, "My fellow Americans, we're not alone, and we haven't been for a long time."
Yeah.
What's the reaction of that?
It just goes viral. People talk shit. People say that he's fucking crazy. People say Joe Biden, just fucking old. And
do you think that people would deny it?
It half and half, bro. Yeah, I mean, some would. Mostly just because people, if you look on the comments, I follow hip hop pages. Whenever hip hop pages post about UFOs, the comments are just filled with thousands and thousands of trolls just making jokes. They just want to get jokes off, bro. That's how the internet is.
Well, I'm talking about like the president of the United States says, listen, or maybe he doesn't just say, my fellow Americans were not alone. Then he goes into a
Yeah.
little bit further and says, yeah, we've known for some time, whatever.
Yeah.
You know,
I would
do
be
you think-
happy.
Well, I'd
I
be
would be
happy at
happy.
first, but then the implication starts to set in. How the fuck
It-
long have you known? And how long
Yeah.
have you kept it a secret? Is it since Roswell? Before Roswell? That's the
Before,
shit that I
bro.
want to.
There's that picture on the Cosmic Hoax that's in the 1920s, so 20 years before Roswell, with that ET, the dissection of an unknown humanoid, an ET. And there's fucking, literally government officials behind it. It's a picture of a picture, and they went through all the tests to determine it's legit, bro. And
Wait, I'm sorry. I just tuned out for a moment. I was reading some of the comments. New Perspective taught you something?
Yep, that's my boy. That's the dude that taught me CE5.
Oh, okay.
That's the guy that he lives in
Okay.
Florida. I never met him in person, but he taught me CE5 just by meeting me on Instagram and telling me, bro, just fuck it, just go out there and stop
he's the
overthinking
guy who
it.
said fucking. Okay,
Yeah, that's
all right,
him,
all
and
right.
I've been in contact with him ever since. He's been having contact since he was like 12 years old.
Nice.
He's been making contacts forever, since before he even knew about Greer. So
Cool.
he's another example of just of how real it is, bro.
So back to it. What were you saying? You saw the pic. Are you talking about the picture that was shot? In the New Hampshire mountains. It was 1902.
Oh, are you talking to me?
Yeah.
No, this is the picture on that movie we just watched, Cosmic Hoax. It's a picture of an alien autopsy.
Oh,
from
the
1920s,
autopsy picture. Yeah. Shit.
from 1920s.
I mean, shit. That was quite compelling.
It's legit, bro.
But I've never seen that picture before, and I don't.
Exactly. So there's a reason why. You know what I'm saying? If even
You
if
think
that was
that shit
if
was
that was got the
legitimate?
hold, if it wasn't, then it would have been already around, made this rounds around the internet and shit, bro. You know what I'm saying? It would have been around if it was fake, because fake shit always manages to get on there, like fake alien autopsy videos of a fucking gray aliens in there.
Yeah,
like,
that one fucking. There's that one fake autopsy video that
There's
always
so many.
circulates.
Yeah, but there's one that's really good. There's a lot that's really good. You know what I'm saying? And they make it, but you can still tell it looks noticeably Hollywood.
Yes. But yeah, so that one didn't. That picture fucking intrigued me to my
That was
core.
it was like 8 feet tall or some shit, bro, and it had fucking like tubes on
And
the top
the
of his
guys
head.
in the back that were looking.
Yeah, bro, you couldn't make
the
up
only
that picture if you're
No.
Spielberg. Steven Spielberg couldn't make up that to think about that picture and to create that picture and put it out and make it look old. He could not come up with an idea like that himself. A genius could not do that. That's how you know that the shit's real.
The only problem I had with it is that they were wearing nothing around their face. And you'd have to think that those things would stink to all hell.
Maybe not, bro.
The smell would be pungent. Maybe not. I don't know. But like, they seem like there's the only, and that's the one thing I noticed about.
Humans don't stink until we like are really decomposing. You know what I'm saying? People work in the morgues and stuff. So, in every case, we've not heard that. I've only heard about. I think the new James Fox movie. They said that the alien stank, or someone said that the alien left a smell. But that most of the time where we hear
that was Philip Corso. Corso said that. Yeah, Corso said. Yeah, but a lot of people say it. A lot of the military personnel that claimed to have come across those bodies said that there was
a defense mechanism. You know what I'm saying? It could be a defense, like a skunk or something does.
Right.
We don't know.
We don't know. You're right. And it could be a different species altogether.
Yeah, but the fact is that they are physical beings. They're not just imaginary creatures or some shit that people see when they're tripping fucking shrooms or something.
So the president comes out, lets us all know that shit's popping. What do you think the next steps are? So,
the Space Force will be in full swing, bro. That's when the Space Force is going in full swing. They're not gonna start the Space Force until they make that announcement. That's how it's gonna go. It's gonna go hand in hand. Space Force is going to go out into space for the first time in a Tic Tac. They're going to announce that we do have this technology, but we're going to use it to fight against them, et cetera, et cetera. And there's
What
going to be people
you
like
think?
me.
You think that
Is
they
that-
are going to automatically
I do.
set this as a war?
I think that it'll be a preparation. They're going to say that they've been here, like doing a recon mission, and that they're going to go out into space, and we're going to get satellites on our. We need more funding for the Space Force and military, and that we're going to give trillions of dollars to the military, and that they're going to confirm that we do have this technology. Or they won't confirm it, but they're going to say we need to put satellites on our fucking. We need to put weapons on our satellites, which we already have. Electromagnetic fucking weapons targeted to target fucking
Reagan initiated that Star Wars project that ended up dying
because he
but-
got tricked basically by the fucking military industrial complex, whoever came in there and told him, hey, aliens are real, UFOs are real, here's some evidence to prove it, but they're a threat and we need fucking funding for the Space Force and we have to keep it a secret.
Yeah, and then so do you think Donald Trump knew something more?
They said the same shit to him. They gave him the same speech where UFOs are real, but they're a threat. They're in our airspace. We have to keep it a secret. But according to Haim Eshed, the former
The Israeli space chief.
former Israeli space chief said that Donald Trump is fully aware that extraterrestrials exist, that there's a galactic federation, that we have American astronauts on Mars right now, working underneath Mars, in the ground of Mars, directly with the ETs already.
Which could lay credence to remember that kid Gary McKinnon who hacked he hacked the fucking the government back in the day, and he found a list of non-terrestrial officers.
Yeah, I don't know, man.
Yeah, so do you know that story?
No, I don't.
So Gary McKinnon hacked the government back in the day, in the early 2000s or late 90s, early 2000s.
Yeah.
And he came across a list. He came across a cigar-shaped ship because he broke in. He was inside because the cybersecurity was very lax back in the day. Like, they didn't.
Yeah.
So he didn't necessarily hack them, but he wrote a Perl script that basically found platforms that the government used that either had no password or had password as the password.
Yeah.
And he got into them. He got into a shit ton of shit by doing that because they they didn't care. So
what did he find?
Pictures of cigar-shaped craft that he knew were not fucking ours. And then a list of names that were non-terrestrial officers, which basically breaks down to mean officers not of this earth. So men that are not on this earth. So stationed in fucking, and then they, next to the names, it had like what looked to be, because it was USS, but it was nothing, no aircraft carriers. They were like USS SK-1, so he devised that they were spaceships. So that's a whole thing. The government tried to extradite him. The U.S. government, there was a huge fucking case.
It just proves that's one of many cases of the government being involved in the subject. You know what I'm saying?
Dude, look up Gary McKinnon, the fucking guy from UK who broke into fucking government computers, and the government tried to extradite him, and they were gonna fucking roast him. They were gonna put him under the jail.
One more thing, bro, about that Haim Eshed guy is he also confirmed that President Eisenhower, he said the U.S. government made a treaty with the ETs, and so did Israel's government. But what he was talking about, because I went back and watched the guy that interviewed him talk about it, and they asked him about it, the guy that interviewed him, and he said that he believes that Dr. Eshed was talking about the 1950 whatever deal with Eisenhower. That's what he's talking about, because the media made it look like we recently, like Donald Trump, signed a treaty with him, but he was actually talking about back in the 50s or whatever.
Yeah, so Eisenhower supposedly met
that guy just confirmed it, bro. He confirmed it.
Well, it's pretty fucking crazy that
they say that the only person that would be more credible would be the president to confirm something like that. That's the only person that'd be more credible to confirm.
So yeah, Eisenhower apparently had there was a rumor of 3 meetings there was 3 meetings in the desert
Mm.
that happened, and some initiative was started or signed. We came of age, and basically they got permission to. This is rumor. To me, it's maybe we can call it for what it is. I don't know,
I
but
believe it 100%. It had to have happened, bro. It had to have.
so there the our extraterrestrial society was allowed to conduct their experiments in certain locations with certain restrictions, and we garnered access to certain technology that leads credence to the breakthrough of the microchip, the laser, all these things that seemingly came out of fucking nowhere in the 50s.
Hey, you want to hear a crazy theory that I heard?
Kevlar came out of it.
You want to hear a crazy theory I heard about this a couple days ago, just reading online? Was that whenever this meeting happened between the ETs and Eisenhower, is that they brought him some information or whatever. They brought him some file, but what they brought to him on was a MacBook. They brought to him on an actual Macintosh before, decades before it was created.
Yeah.
How crazy is that? If true, and on the American Horror Story, they bring it to him on an iPhone. So that's crazy that it could be, that could have some credibility.
Well, there's things that there's a lot of shit in Hollywood that has because if you were going to run a disinformation campaign, the best way to do it is to have the core of it be true, but everything else surrounding it would be utter nonsense.
The main narrative, to switch the whole narrative to just being scary and threatening. That's it. They can have everything else be fucking completely true, but it's just they make it scary. It's ridiculous.
Okay, so scenario number 2. Yeah, McKinnon did not download any of the images. This is
I looked him up. I do remember that guy.
This is back in the day. This is back in the day when we had fucking dial-up internet, so pictures would take 35 fucking minutes to load completely. But they did try to extradite him, and they were gonna bury that motherfucker under the jail. I promise you. Same thing if they got a hand on Snowden.
Edward Snowden. Yeah.
The same thing would happen. They'd bury that guy. He would never see sunlight again. That's for fucking damn sure. But Gary McKinnon's also the reason that cybersecurity, was taken a little bit more seriously at a time when it needed to be, because we were on that cutting edge. So you're only as strong as your weakest link, and sometimes you have to lose to figure that out. But there's one thing that Lou Elizondo does say that I do agree with. Actually, I agree with a lot of what he says. I just don't like his threat narrative.
Yeah.
If this is all fucking happening, right? If it's all true, everything's these things are flying through the sky every single day, yada yada yada. This is a failure on the governments of the world, of the people of the world who have tried to keep this a secret. I mean, this is a failure. This is the biggest fuck up in the history of ever. Who gave the fucking United States government or any government the right to choose what we know about ourselves as a species?
It might have been a part of the treaty, bro. It could have been a part of the treaty. I mean, they obviously have their reasons, the ETs, for not being here all the time. They only come here. I mean, even if they are here all the time, for not revealing themselves all the time. You know what I'm saying? They have invisibility. They have cloaking greater than ours, so it's invisibility. So they choose when they're seen and stuff, and they obviously aren't here. They don't think that we're ready either, bro. So maybe the government is right about that, but they aren't right about holding the technology fucking and suppressing it and stuff like that. And just the fact that we are ready, bro, to know that they exist. But I don't know, maybe they're pissed at us for the way that we've handled it, because we didn't get rid of nuclear weapons and we didn't do what they wanted to. We don't know what really went down until we hear it directly from, I think, the ETs.
Do you think we breached that contract?
I think 100% that we breached that contract because we had to, bro, because we still don't have anti-gravity, we still don't have free energy, we still have gasoline fucking cars. And the best shit we got is a Tesla, which plugs into the grid and is still fucking run by fossil fuels at the end of the
Yeah,
day.
and to make one electric car is fucking terrible. Terrible on
Really?
the environment. Oh my god, it's terrible. Like
I believe it, bro. I mean, it's not the answer. It's not the solution.
where are we going to continue to mine lithium batteries and shit? Like where are we going
I
they want to mine asteroids and stuff and like,
Bro,
that
Elon
gets
Musk wanted
dicey.
Elon Musk wanted to fucking nuke Mars. His most recent fucking bright idea was to nuke Mars. That's why I've been saying fuck Elon Musk. I made a
If
YouTube
we
video said fuck
dude,
Elon Musk. He's an
if I
idiot. He's the dumbest person on earth.
I am literally quoted. This is when I first started the show. I'm quoted somewhere in saying he's either the villain or the hero of the story. We're just waiting to find out.
No, everybody thinks he's the hero, bro. That's the thing. Everybody already thinks he's the hero just because he's fucking builds rockets that don't take us anywhere. He spends money on fucking rockets and fucking
You
bunch of
seen that
stupid shit.
Starlink shit?
Yeah, and I was like, whenever I actually saw it, bro, it was before I ever made contact. I thought it was fucking UFOs. So I was
A
like
lot of
looking on
people
I was
mistake
looking
it for
on Twitter. I was
UFOs.
like, bro, I swear I just saw 20 UFOs in a row. And someone said, like, yo, that's Starlink. I was like, damn it, I thought it was fucking UFO. But it did look crazy. It looked like a bunch of orbs before I ever saw what an orb actually looks like. But
Yeah, a
now I see
lot.
people posted on Instagram and TikTok and they're like, UFOs, and it's fucking,
Yeah, it's pretty insane to see in the sky. Like you're
it's
like,
dope.
holy shit, dude.
And
Just
that's the
a
thing. He's got good ideas. He's got, I
he's
used to
got
be a huge,
resources.
I was the biggest Elon Musk fan ever, bro. I was his biggest fan. Just like, I'm a Kanye fan at the end of the day. I'm number one Kanye fan, but I loved Elon Musk because I thought he was really a good person. And I thought that he really had the best technology, but his technology is not high tech at all, bro. The shit that America has at Area 51, at Lockheed, at fucking all these places, that is high tech. And it's probably not even at Area 51 anymore, anyways. It's at all these private corporations. And I think that SpaceX is one of them that has fucking UFOs. And
Um,
I don't have any proof for that, obviously, but I'm just really suspicious, bro.
so
Suspicious of that guy.
Benson's wants you to we'll share the recordings of so I think Benson's is getting a little defensive on this when they make when CE5 when they talk about making quote unquote making contact, they mean that they vector into the craft, they vector the craft in, that the craft doesn't come down to the fucking ground and pop out and
Yeah,
say
yeah.
hello.
It's
So
not
contact
it's
is a
not
very
CE
different thing.
three.
Yeah.
CE5 is human initiated contact, which I think is kind of strange. I don't even like calling it. On the chart from CE1 to CE5, it's like a lot of times you can have a landing and you can have actual encounters with the beings, but a lot of times it is you're having a sighting. You know what I'm saying? So it's like when you do CE5, you create a CE1 almost.
Yes, yeah, it's basically you vector in a CU1, a
Yeah,
close encounter of the first kind, which it so it's an initiated sighting. Like, I mean, some of the video
which is crazy.
I've watched all of his videos. They all seem to show something there.
And you
And
gotta let me explain them to. That's the thing, bro. You gotta let me explain them to you because without
but
any
did you see my
context,
video that I posted the other day on
uh,
I I'll upload it here right now because like I see a lot of these online where people use because I've been using cameras since I was fucking barely able to walk. I know what
yeah,
happens when you film a very bright light source.
mm,
Light refracts in a way, it creates this little orb in your shot.
yeah,
And people will move that orb around with their phone as they film the light source. And it looks like
yeah.
a fuck. If you control it and you have a steady hand, which I do, you can make it look like a
Well,
UFO,
hey,
which I did.
I need your help. I need your opinion on this. The video that I have of my kid's contact, whenever it was his
I
second
told
contact,
you.
it was a saucer. But whenever I went to record it, it turned into an orb. So on video, for about 4 seconds, you see this little bitty orb before it disappears on camera, which proves it's not human. But whatever it is to the left of it, there's a picture. There's something to the left of the orb that I thought was a reflection on my iPad as I was holding it up. But if you look at the video, it looks like it's like 4 orbs in like a triangle formation, and then it like flies off to up above. So, but I couldn't see with my eyeballs. So I'm wondering if that was a piece of if that was the UFO too, or something that I just couldn't see with my eyes, that I could only
I'll
catch
take
on
a look.
camera. But it's definitely weird because it's really coincidental if it is a reflection. Maybe it is. I thought it was a reflection because I was like, what the fuck? While I was recording it, I looked at the iPad and I was
Yeah.
like, is that a reflection? But
Benson's, I strongly disagree with your sentiment here. Simply because of craft like the Nimitz recordings.
Yeah, there's such an overwhelming amount of evidence, bro. It's like
The
there's too much.
Nimitz UFOs and stuff, regardless if they're man-made or not, even if they're man-made, it implies they were reverse engineered by something.
It still proves that alien technology is here.
Yes. And those videos are just those are confirmed 100%.
They're undeniable.
Undeniable. That's the best word for it. You're right. Undeniable. But I'm gonna upload that video right now of me just fucking around the other night. It's in
Did you see something? You had a sighting?
No. It was I was demonstrating how easy it is to fake.
Let me ask this: Have you ever tried to do CE5? Even if you didn't try specifically, have you ever went outside and looked for UFOs?
Yes.
And you just never had luck?
Not necessarily. I'm always not really like when I used to do it, I wasn't really like super hardcore.
You have to like do a few things to like get yourself in the mood or whatever.
I know. Which now I'm going to attempt. I just you got to clear the mind first, and I want to do all that. So this is me on my front steps, just showing people. Like I didn't go actually like I'll be honest. I was fucking around. I was trying to take a video of the storm coming in, and I happened to refract. Yeah. I refracted the light, and I go, and I'd done this plenty of times before, and thought, I want to demonstrate how easy it is to fake a UFO sighting, and I finally did it after stumbling across it again. But this isn't the best example, but I can I could do a pretty fucking spot on.
Yeah.
So see the light that's rising?
Yeah.
So that's reflecting off of the street. That's the street light.
Yeah.
But I can move it at will. I can move it by myself. And it doesn't look like it's refracting off the street light, but it is. I'm in full control. So if you're good enough, you can make that look exactly like a UFO sighting.
But bro, even if people make fake UFO videos, it's really not even that bad.
No, it sucks. It sucks for the community.
It sucks for us for sure. They were like, we have to fucking sift through the bullshit. But unless it's like the military and they're making it how with like the fucking bokeh lens. You saw how that got debunked? The
bokeh effect is definitely plausible.
Stephen Greer debunked it, and then 2 months later, the fucking government had their first UFO hearing in 50 years, and they debunked the same one. And they're the ones that put it out with fucking Corbell's fucking stupid ass. They debunked themselves. We're like, we put this video out. We confirmed this video 6 months ago, but now that Greer just fucking exposed us, we're gonna go ahead and give you guys an example on how UFOs are fake because this one was fake. I'm like, bro, out of all the videos they have, like. Even we already knew that was debunked. They didn't have to debunk some shit. Like, we want to see the ones that are fucking legit. They gave us 1 second, like less than 1 second of that fucking clip. We can talk about that later, that fucking whole congressional hearing. But
yeah, the congressional hearing made me sick.
It made me fucking throw
because
up.
No one asked the right questions, and they allowed
not even that. They
allowed Scott Bray to just. Anything. So like someone would ask a legitimate question and Scott Bray would be like,
bro, he was up there like he fucking killed someone. He was acting like he killed someone. Like he was pleading the fifth on everything. Like, oh, fucking plead the fifth, plead the fifth, plead the fifth. Like, what the fuck did you do,
That
bud?
guy sucks.
Yeah, he sucks big
It
fucking
was
dick.
laughable. But by the way, the next report is due October 23rd. No, it's due on Halloween. I'm sorry. So
Really, bro.
our Halloween show is gonna be righteous, bro.
Good,
Because
good.
the report's gonna be due on Halloween because it's due every October for 10
Well,
years. That's the
now
current
that
thing.
now that Congress knows about the crash retrieval program, bro, I think that
That's the
this
next
shit's gonna.
that's the next shoe that's gonna drop. Mark
That's the
my
next.
words.
That's the
Mark
next
my
shoe.
words. Mark my words right now, here and
It
now.
has to be, bro. It has to be because like I think that this stuff happens on a lot of planets. Like every planet that has life, I think kind of goes through the same phases and same steps, even if it's a little bit different or a lot different. I think that they still, have to. Their planet has to accept that life exists. That have all these religions that yada yada. I think they go through the same evolutionary steps,
Yeah, I think it's the
and
cosmic
that aliens
enlightening.
assist, the ETs help with every planet in their every fucking process.
Yeah, it's the cosmic enlightenment. When we join, why?
Yeah,
It's always I always
you know,
wondered why
I really
why do we
believe
have
that we
such
can't.
a you're breaking up.
Oh
Why do we
shit,
have such a drive to go back into the stars?
my
Why do
phone's
we
not.
have such a drive to want to leave this beautiful planet? I think it's because that's our destiny. A lot of people ask, what is it that
Nature,
we're
bro.
supposed to be doing? We're supposed to be joining the
Yeah, it's
rest of
not
our
building stuff. They
brothers.
think it's yeah. They think that's just a word doing the same process, and we a fucking state of school and work, and then die.
Yeah, you're breaking up hard, brother.
What it's about spiritual. What the hell?
I'm gonna hey, pull yourself out and then restart and come back in. But I'll keep talking while you wait. Uh but yeah, I don't think that the CE5 thing. Listen, I'm not convinced either. Stephen Greer charges a lot of money, and when money gets involved, that makes me skeptical. Like that's the first thing that I think that will send me down that path of disbelief. So CE5, I think maybe there is some truth to it. With maybe honest intentions. Honest being fearful, that's not going to get you anywhere. I think you need to be hopeful. I think you need to be, in tune with who you are as a person, who you are in this galaxy, for anything like that to work. I mean, we know the government is, the U.S. military has looked into remote viewing successfully, by the way. This is all confirmed. They've done tests with, like MK Ultra, which is terrible, but they've done it. They've been there. They've done that. I mean, they've explored all these avenues, and I'm sure there's things that they don't tell us. I'm sure there's a lot that they know that we don't. What would be the reason for them to keep it hush hush? I don't know. The thought that we're not alone, or the confirmation that we're not alone, maybe it would crumble the religious sectors of our society. But if that's what happens, that's what happens. That's what's meant to happen. I don't. We can't go through this life being scared to ask the questions that need to be asked. I can't confirm that there's UFOs. I can't. It's impossible. The U stands for unidentified. I've never seen anything like that myself. I have seen something when I was younger, but since then I haven't seen anything that I couldn't identify. Right. So, for me, I have to take it on the word of all these other witnesses. But there's so fucking many credible people saying of incredible things that you cannot look past it and dismiss it just because you might have a religious belief. Because as long as we keep our heads buried in the sand, we're going to get blindsided. There's no harm, there's no foul in looking into this. But there is harm and foul, and if we don't look into it and then it gets dropped on our laps later on. Because I promise, the world going through that all at once at the same time, that's what causes mass panic. That's what's going to cause rioting, lying, that sacred contract between citizen and government. I'll keep you safe. You pledge loyal to me. That would erode so fucking quickly. And that's what's going to cause, a lot of bad. All right, I think you might be good now. I did a little rant anyway, so we're good.
Yes, sir. Back. So what are we talking about?
So what if NASA disclosed it?
Oh, God. Then they would look like even bigger liars than fucking the government because they're fucking supposed to be all about space.
Well, I'm saying, what about, what if NASA tomorrow said, hey, our new fucking brand new spanking billions and billion-dollar telescope, we beamed something up.
Look, bro, I think that at the very, no matter what, no matter who announces it, even if the president announces it, it will go viral. It will be on Fox and CNN, and it'll be all over the news for a few days, 2 days at the most. Then people's gonna move on to fucking,
I mean, they kind of need to move on though. If you can't move on from that, then
you have to. You have
crumbles.
to accept it, and then it's a part of our reality, and that's how it's been for me for the past year and a half. Since I started making contact or whatever.
The only thing we're short of is like seeing spaceships leave, arrive and leave every day, like openly.
Yeah, you have to ask for it, and you have to allow yourself to see it, and allow to make contact.
Well, I'm talking about like after disclosure, after the whole world knows.
Then it will be overtly. It'll be overtly. Here right now, they're here. Right now they are here, but it's covertly.
Imagine, dude. Imagine, when I hope I'm not like 70 when it happens, because I'll be pissed that I can't fucking, like we live in a world where fucking, Tic Tacs just fly through the fucking, like right over your head. Boom.
Yeah.
Fucking,
and we have the real thing is when we have our own, bro. When we have our own Tic Tac saucers, fucking triangles, all these craft, just free energy vehicles in general, and anti-gravity vehicles. Electromagnetic field propulsion devices. We've had them in fucking the government for 80 years. They should have been. They should have already had them.
Assuming guys like Bob Lazar and
there's more technology than just than just vehicles too, bro. There's medical devices that can literally cure fucking every disease. There's devices that can create food out of basically like nothing. There's so many other technologies that they have that's just been suppressed.
They talk about that food thing in ancient fucking.
Oh really?
Yeah, that because when God, I'm so bad with religion because it's such a fucking bad topic to me. But there was a certain group of people that were banished to the desert, and they had this machine thing with them, and it would generate food for them, and it was like basic. It was described as like like algae almost, and it was a superfood. You could live off of it. And a lot of people think that that's a legitimate fucking thing.
It has to be, bro. I mean, look at all the food that we call bananas superfood. You know what I'm saying? So if we could have a little fucking device that grew bananas and that's the only thing it grew and we could survive off of it, you know what I'm saying? That would be smart and convenient, but it wouldn't be that fucking mind-blowing or like unrealistic. It sounds like a realistic thing. You know what I'm saying? If we had just like a little fucking banana tree device that we could carry around and plant a banana and have our own bananas. You know what I'm saying? They have something like that, except they have all the they have it like in a little microwave. They have all the technology we have, except more advanced versions.
Would you believe that there was a shadow government, not like a shadow government, but a breakaway civilization?
Apparently, they say that NASA's our breakaway. I don't know what that means necessarily.
A breakaway civilization.
There has to be.
So basically, a breakaway civilization would be like, put it this way: if the Nazis escaped to Antarctica and they'd been living there for the past fucking 60 years under our noses, but not really, that would be considered a breakaway civilization.
Yeah.
So could there be a group of people that have technology that we, that's much, much more
Oh
advanced?
yeah. So
Like they
I
have
don't
their
even know.
own, they have their
I
own
don't know
navy, their
necessarily.
own everything.
I don't know necessarily about humans if there's breakaway civilizations. I haven't done research into that. But like with ETs under our oceans, apparently there's a word for it that Travis Taylor said the other day that we know that they're not transmedium, but they're um, trans. They're like trans
Oh, I
terranean.
know.
He
I
said trans terranean, so they nothing is an obstacle, and they can go through mountains, they can go through the ground, and literally nothing can get in their way. And that is
Yeah,
why, bro.
I know what the word you're talking about.
That is
I
why
can't
the
remember it.
the bullshit excuse that the Air Force and the military uses that UAPs as a flight of safety concern that they might fucking crash into us. Bro, no UFO has ever crashed into a fucking anything, and there's the reason is because they have a gravitational force field or whatever fucking bubble around them that they can go through fucking airspace and fucking water without fucking killing any fish, without running into any ships, without running into any fucking airplanes because whatever it does, it just goes whoop, goes right around it. Like if they ran to a bird, if UFO ran to a bird, it would go whoop, and the bird would just like go right around it or whatever. That their technology is obviously smart enough that they're not going to fucking have a crash like a traffic wreck on the highway. They're not
Right.
fucking They're not stupid. Like what
So
the
you
fuck?
think that these things are being brought down when they crash?
100%, bro. 100%. I think only on small occasions, like maybe Roswell. I doubt it, but maybe Roswell was a fucking lightning storm. I still doubt it. But yeah, Jeremy Corbell finally admits that we shoot them down. We do shoot them down. Greer's been saying it forever that we have weapons on our fucking satellites, electromagnetic weapons that target these fucking craft.
And if if we knew about them for so long, or if we, yeah, you have to think if we knew about these things for this long,
Yeah,
and the people that were in charge at the time of finding these things out, like Eisenhower, who was a general in the military,
yeah.
you know, you'd
And we
have
know
to
they
think,
don't push back. They don't push back either. No matter what, they never retaliate. So
right.
they'll just be like, "Yeah, fuck you, give me that." Like
I assume that they would retaliate if it was them or us.
they should, but they don't for whatever reason. That's their way that they operate. They don't believe in violence
You
because
because that's how advanced civilizations
that's
must
how
work.
any advanced civilization must be peaceful in order to be advanced, or you're not going to be advanced.
Yeah, there's no way to because greed will win every single time.
If yeah, we have to evolve, and that's the first step of becoming the spiritual of our next evolution is we have to be completely peaceful.
Do, do you think it's even possible for us to evolve at this point? Because we're
One
kind
hundred
of,
percent, one hundred
well,
percent. We just have to.
what's
We just have to.
what's pushing against us to make us evolve?
I think ourselves. It's just ourselves, bro. We're telling ourselves, and we don't believe each other, and we lie to ourselves so much, and we hurt ourselves so much that we're afraid that they're gonna be violent because we're violent, and it's just so much of our own insecurities projected onto them and projected onto other humans too. We
Yeah,
just
I
have
mean,
to.
if
It's
there's
it's a lack of spirituality, bro. That's all it is. It's a lack of spirituality. And that's what we need.
I mean, if there's this much racism in the world, I could not imagine if
Yeah,
aliens.
you said it perfectly, bro. That's exactly why, bro. And it's racism against ETs. Racism brought out into the universe. Exo racism.
I mean, I couldn't even imagine what we'd think of them if they didn't look like us. Because honestly, it would make me think of like District 9. Where they put them in like labor camps and hide
Damn,
them
I don't know.
away.
I never saw that movie.
Oh God, dude, that's something to watch if you.
District 9.
Yeah, because you would actually you dig it because the aliens in that movie, they're really just trying to fucking get along, man. They're just
Bro,
trying to do their
don't get
thing.
me wrong. Don't get me wrong. I love horror movies, bro. I'm a horror movie
It's
fucking
not even
like
a horror
fanatic.
movie.
But even like the alien scary movies, I like a lot of them, but it just pisses me off now, especially now that they keep making new ones like Jordan Peele. It just pisses me off that they still keep pushing that. I'm like, bro, like that's so unoriginal and it's so untrue. It's so not
I
fucking
loved
realistic.
Arrival for that reason.
Yeah, that was more realistic, even though it's still pretty fucking far fetched that it's just going to be a giant ship that comes here and just sits here and waits for fucking some lady to come. That was pretty fucking far fetched. But um,
Well,
the
it
fact
had
is,
some. I mean, it's still a movie at the end of the day, but I thought it was
yeah,
the irony
it,
in it all was amazing because I think if a ship landed, that's how the world would react. Half of us would want to shoot it down, and the
yeah,
other half would be like, "Wait,
it it gets your brain thinking about UFOs and a little bit. But it's in movies like that, bro. They always make UFOs out to be some fucking mothership. They always make it out to be a UFO is as big as fucking goddamn Eiffel Tower. It's like, especially whenever they become an orb. Whenever they're an orb, they're literally like the size of a fucking baseball, tennis ball.
see, I
But
don't
when they're
know."
when they're a physical craft, they're fucking like the saucer I saw was probably 30 foot long, 20 to 30 foot long. It was fucking long.
I still think that there's like huge. I mean, you have to think
There's
like
gotta be big ones too, but you know
like
what
the
I'm
Phoenix
saying though.
Lights. The
That's the
Phoenix
only
Lights.
yeah, exactly. That's only one that's like the biggest mass sighting of a big mothership like craft. You know what I'm saying? Most sightings that you hear about, they're usually not that big though. You know what I'm saying? That
No,
was
yeah,
that was
no,
like
for sure.
that was a very like fucking special, special one. Or
I
what
still think that that's like,
it was
yeah,
like anomalous. I think that it was ETs, bro. I mean, I think that was them doing a mass sighting on purpose. Just like you was asking the other day, what would happen if there was a mass sighting? It did happen, bro, and we know what happened.
and they fucking still tried to deny it about fucking.
Yeah,
So you think because the Phoenix Lights case is so riveting because I mean
yeah,
thousands of people saw this thing from. I think it's the biggest mass sighting for the longest amount of time. I mean, this thing lasted hours
yeah.
across the whole state, and people fucking people said that they could hit it with a tennis ball at some points, like
And
that this thing was.
if it's like every sighting like that, bro, how is that not enough proof? Every situation, every sighting is a fucking paradigm shifting moment or it should be for anybody that doesn't already know that UFOs are real. It's like I don't know how it doesn't affect more people than just I think it only affects the people that honestly see it with their eyeballs, bro. I think it really does. People that see it on the news don't get the same feeling that people
There's
or
no
that's
way that
people
they
that see it with their
could.
eyeballs. There's no way that they could. But even us, the people that love UFOs and want them to be real at first before we have a sighting, we want them to be real and it's like a feeling, it's a weird feeling, but until you see them with your eyeballs, you still don't believe 100%. Like you are still even skeptical about a lot of it. And I,
Yes.
I, I understand completely why though, bro. And I don't fault you at all because of it, because I was the same exact way. And for 7 months of trying contact, I became even more skeptical because I'm like, man, this is fucking like really like heartbreaking that I've been putting in an hour of meditation every day and I still can't see a fucking UFO to save my life.
Right. Right.
So
Yeah.
I understand the skepticism, but it's
Maybe it
then
took maybe it took that failure and that humility for it to work.
it
Because
did, bro. It did
because
for
because
sure.
any other person might have just walked away and been like, "Fuck this."
Yeah,
After
and
7
I
months.
wanted to. I wanted to. It was really depressing for a while.
I think I think the world, because I think a lot of people, if they were polled, like if legitimately polled, I think a lot of
Yeah.
people would say they're ready, but in reality are not. Because I think if they did, like if my aunt, saw a UFO, dude, that lady would shit her pants. She had no idea what to do.
Well, and that's the difference between a physical UFO and an orb. Whenever anybody, a child sees an orb, it's not overwhelming because all it is a ball of light. But if anybody sees a physical craft, even me asking for it, it can be overwhelming because of how beautiful and how fucking advanced it is, and that you're just looking at technology that you've never seen before in your life.
Yeah, that would, I think that could be definitely fucking eye opening in a good way. So, you know, and I think one of the, again, part of this whole disclosure thing that eventually someone's going to have to answer to or answer about is abductions. And,
Yeah.
Because I think, the implication, if aliens are real, then automatically people are going to assume abductions are real as well. And that's going to scare the fuck out of people. I mean,
Yeah.
it
I
scares
don't
me a
believe in
little bit.
abductions. I don't believe in abductions. I believe 0% of abductions are real.
You
I
hear
don't.
what Richard Doty said, right?
I believe in 2 abductions, Betty and Barney, or maybe even 3. Betty and Barney Hill,
Travis
Travis
Walton.
fucking Walton, and then there's that guy, those 2 fishermen that were fishing by the sea, and then they.
Oh yeah, yeah, yep.
I
I
don't know
know
that
that.
guy's name, but it seems like that was a pretty credible story.
Yeah, in at least 1 to 2 of those cases, there was inadvertent damage done to the person, and was most likely being taken in
Yeah,
to heal, to get
and
them.
I think Betty and Barney Hill, and maybe even the fisherman guy, I think they could have been part of the military's, fake abduction fucking shit they had going on.
Well, that's the other thing is the fake abduction, especially an
Yeah,
interracial couple. No one's gonna
yeah.
fucking believe an interracial couple in the 50s about being abducted.
They could have done it on purpose though, for what I'm saying? Like we don't, bro. It's a psychological warfare campaign that's been brought on against the whole world. That's fucking so insane that we have to fucking like sift through the bullshit and figure out what's real and what's not. But it's pretty easy if you
That was
look
in
at.
an Air Force document. The implication for psychological warfare amongst the UFO phenomenon is real and present, meaning they knew that they could use the UFO phenomenon as a way to scare or disarm people. Like, that's a scary thought. I think we lost. I think little Pop Tart might have popped the toaster. I
Sorry,
don't know.
I was getting some phone calls.
Um. So yeah, I think staged abductions. Are
Yeah, staged
totally.
abductions. That's the word I was looking
Richard
for.
Doty of OSI. So of special operations.
Love that guy, bro. Love that guy.
Basically whistle blew the whole fucking thing and was
Did
like,
you
yeah.
watch the hour-long witness testimony that Greer released of him?
Well, I've seen the
His witness.
clips of it. Because
You gotta watch the full interview, bro. I saw the clips too, and I thought it was amazing. But you have to watch the full interview, and you get so much more information. He tells so much more stories. That's even more mind blowing than the shit that Greer put in his movies and shit.
yeah, that Richard
It,
Doty.
the full interview is dope.
Yeah, he's a very credible guy. Definitely had the job that he had. Like there's no doubt in this guy. Some of what he says, you don't know. You just it's so mind blowing that it's hard to perceive.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the problem. Is like some of these things sound like magic. They sound like fucking fairy tales. And that's what gives it plausible deniability. Because seeing is believing in most cases, and unfortunately to this day, not a lot of people get to see these things, and until that is the case, there's going to be room for skepticism.
One way that you can know if something is real or not, bro, just by your own instinct, is there's things that are known, there's things that we know are unknown, and then there's things that we don't know that are unknown. And the last one, the things that we don't know that are unknown, that's the shit that fucking that's real. Whenever you hear a alien UFO story, or whatever, and it tells you some facts that you've never even heard in your life, that you couldn't even imagine yourself, that Steven Spielberg couldn't even make up. That's when you know it's real, like with the Zimbabwe case. And whenever my kid made his contact and the orb disappeared and came back 5 minutes later and was flying in the middle of a flock of birds. That's another example of I never could have imagined it did that. My last contact in December, when I shined a green laser at it, the orb expanded 5 times its size and then contracted back to its original size. That was something that my brain didn't know was even a possibility. It was an unknown unknown.
Mm.
And that's what really stimulates your brain and really makes your brain stimulated and gets you that fucking euphoric high almost, bro. It's almost like a high whenever you're making contact.
And that's
I think it is.
yeah, I think it's a spiritual thing as well, though. So
It
it's like
is. It's a spiritual fucking experience, bro, that I don't know. I don't know how to describe. You can't even describe into words. You know what I'm saying? You have to see it.
right. And then, so last but not least, before we go, private corporation.
Oh God.
What if a private corporation like SpaceX, or, Robert Bigelow or
Yeah, I think
Richard
both of them are
Branson?
sketchy. I think Elon, SpaceX, and I think that fucking Lockheed, obviously, and possibly Robert Bigelow, all have exotic materials, if not full on craft.
Well, Lou Elizondo has said that Bigelow definitely does. I mean, he
Really?
definitely has them. They fortified his new buildings in Vegas
Yeah.
to house
And
these meta
every
materials.
every single one of them is a cocksucking motherfucking gatekeeper.
Yeah,
Holding
they all seem to
being
be gatekeepers.
they're the ones that's suppressing it just as much as fucking the government or whoever else
Yeah,
has
because
the
they want to be able
technology
to
too.
profit.
It's not just one gatekeeper, bro. It's many, many across the whole world. It's not even just America's government that has these. I think every superpower on Earth has their own craft and their own reverse engineered craft, free
Yeah, I mean,
energy, anti gravity.
China wants to be the point man on UFO research. We know
I'm
this.
sure they have crashes. I'm sure they have, you know, many craft too. It's just a matter of who has more. Just like with nuclear weapons, we all have nuclear weapons now. So, you know, but we also probably all have anti gravity or free energy electromagnetic field propulsion devices too. I think it
Yeah,
probably goes hand in
I
hand.
don't
We
know.
probably all got them at around the same time too, 80 years ago, 100 years ago.
And it's been suppressed since then. I just
I think,
that's the
yeah,
hardest part to believe that like greed would allow that to happen.
they
That
had the
that
option, bro. They had the option to release it peacefully, and that's what the agreement was between the ETs and Eisenhower was to release this technology peacefully that we had acquired. And instead of doing that, you know, they did what fucking humans do, and that's keep it to themselves and be greedy and be
backstab.
selfish. Yeah, backstab and be greedy and be selfish, and you know, it's a shame. It's a shame that it's still going on to this day. Is what's even worse is that the secrecy's only gotten more and more, and that
Yeah, it
it's
will
it's it's gotten to the point
eventually.
to where we have Lou Elizondo and Jeremy Corbell on fucking TV talking about how there's swarms of 100 fucking UFOs swarming our navy. You know, that's what it's gotten to this point. It's been boiling and getting bigger and bigger and bigger, and this big monster that's the military industrial complex. This is what it's created. This is a product of it. The Tic Tac is a product of it. Jeremy Corbell, fucking Lou Elizondo, Chris Mellon, they're all products of it.
Yeah,
They're all the result. The result is what I should say.
yeah, I can't speak to that necessarily.
I
But
know.
uh, I listen. There are some of ththose guys that I mean, Corbell bothers me. He is the definition of a gatekeeper.
Yeah.
He pretend like Corbell pretends that he wants this, to supply the public with the truth, yet suppresses information for his own benefit.
Yeah, he claims it's still a big mystery whenever he's the one that made the Bob Lazar movie. How is it a mystery if you made a Bob Lazar movie?
Yeah, didn't Bob tell you everything you needed to know?
Literally, did he not tell
if
him
if
enough?
Bob's telling the truth, then didn't you already
Yeah,
find out the truth?
exactly. Like
Like
it's so fucking like
they're
such a
craft from another fucking world.
it
That's it.
just proves
That's the
how
answer.
humans just fucking are moving backwards, bro. We just always whenever we take 2 steps forward and 3 steps back, bro, every time.
Oh, with that being said, I hate this. I hate to end it on a note like that, but
No,
yeah,
bro, life is good, bro. This is a beautiful subject, bro. It's amazing that UFOs are real. It's amazing that they're peaceful. It's such a good thing. It's something to be optimistic about. 100%. It's something to study and to take serious and be
yeah.
happy about it. You know, stop looking for negative things and stuff that's not there. You know,
See the positive in it.
see
See,
the positive. The glass is always has half full, bro.
and trust me. Uh, I don't know how comforting this is to anybody, but we would not be able to ponder the question of good or bad if they were hostile.
No.
They would have already pushed an asteroid from between,
Yeah.
from the asteroid belt and just got it over with already. We would not be having the questions that we having right now if they were at all hostile in any term of the word. So I think there's some hope in that, and
We're
it,
safe, bro. That's what matters, and that's that we're safe and we're protected, bro. We're not just alone in the universe. We're protected by them, and they've been helping us and protecting us.
that's comforting. It is.
It
It's
is.
comforting. It's comforting in a way. Because eventually, we're gonna have to stop leaning on the government, and I think
Yeah.
I wholeheartedly think that's why they don't want, because
Yeah.
no one who has
Bro,
power wants to give it up, and
once
and
you build
once
your own relationship with these ETs, bro, it's the most beautiful feeling in the world, bro. And you get the most confidence that you're going around everyone and you want to, like I said before, like it's humbling, but it's also such a confidence booster because you're like, wow, I'm literally in communication, in direct contact with fucking ETs, with aliens, bro. You are. And it's really I don't even know how to describe it, bro. It's just the best feeling in the world.
yeah. Well, I hope to one day experience it, and for
Yeah, you
anyone
will.
out there who wants to practice, C5, definitely hit up a little Pop Tart. I'm a little bit more of the nuts and bolts type myself, but I'm definitely gonna give it a try. I'm gonna give it my all, and see where it
Yep.
goes. Because that's all we can do in this life is try
You're
things
gonna
out.
you're gonna make contact, bro. I promise. You will. I
I hope
promise,
so.
bro. Because anybody that really wants to and that really like even me, I for those 7 months, bro, I knew that there's that possibility that it's not real. There's always that possibility that it wasn't real. But I kept going, bro, because I wanted it to be real. I wanted to have contact that bad, and I believed it sounded legit. So I'm like, it has to be legit. I know that it's gonna work. And then finally you do it. So you just don't give up. And if you want it bad enough, you will.
Yeah. Yeah. So that's a good spot to end it, guys. Total disclosure by Pop Culture Corner. My name's Ty. This is a little Pop Tart. You can check out the show all the time on YouTube, Spotify. Those are the video and audio platforms. And then audio with like Apple Podcasts, Google Play, all those other ones. Head over to the merch store. Now and get 10% off store wide as an early bird discount. Links in the description below. Also sign up for TubeBuddy. Trust me, it helps me with my SEO and so much more every single day, every day. Keep your eyes in the sky, and hopefully, you can see some. If you do ever capture video of a UFO, email me at pop.culture. Wait, what is it? pop.culturecorner2020 at gmail.com. I almost fucked that up. I'm sorry. But yeah, again, that's pop.culturecorner2020 at gmail.com. If it's a deemed worthy sighting, we'll definitely break it down here on the show and yeah, have a platform to showcase on. Anything else to add?
I think that's it, bro. I think that it was a good show, and I have so much fun every time, bro. I could talk about this fucking UFO shit for hours and hours and hours.
Yeah, we'll be back on Friday. I think Friday will be the next day,
For
and then
sure.
what I want to do next week is I
Oh,
want to try to do like a Skywatch one.
I want to do
Um,
a celebrity encounter episode 2, bro. I want to do a celebrity UFO encounter.
yeah, one of my favorite celebrity ones is what the fuck's his God, I can't remember his name.
Mine's Elvis, bro. Elvis had many UFO sightings throughout his life, including the night that he was born. His father had a sighting of a blue orb above their shack that he was being born in.
Oh, crazy. Well, we'll definitely do that because that sounds like a lot of fun. All
Yep.
right. With that being said, guys, make sure to like, share, subscribe, join the membership and/or Patreon to help support the show and help support Disclosure. We'll see you next time.